Have you ever heard of an animal so fearless, so savage, and so relentless that even lions and cobras would rather walk away than pick a fight? I'm not talking about some mythical beast from a fantasy novel. I'm talking about a real living animal that roams the deserts, jungles, and grasslands of Africa and Asia. This is the story of the honey badger. Yes, the honey badger, the wild animal that nobody talks about, but absolutely should. Because once you learn what this little monster is capable of, you'll never look at wildlife the same way again. This creature is strong, it's fast, it's smart, it's unstoppable. And for the next hour, we're going to explore every savage second of its life. So strap in, get comfortable, and prepare yourself for a wild ride through the life of nature's most fearless animal. This is the honey badger, the wild animal nobody knows about. Let's start from the very beginning. What even is a honey badger? Its scientific name is Melivorocensis. Sounds fancy, right? But don't be fooled. This animal is anything but refined. Also called the ratel, the honey badger is part of the mustelid family. That's the same family that includes otters, ferrets, weasels, and wolverines. And trust me, it definitely inherited the wolverine's wild side. They average just about 25 to 35 inches in length, and they weigh somewhere between 9 to 16 kilograms. That's about the size of a small dog or a large house cat. But while your cat might run away from a cucumber, the honey badger runs toward danger. Their body is compact, muscular, and low to the ground. They have short, strong legs with claws designed for digging and tearing. Their heads are broad and their jaws are incredibly powerful. And their skin, it's not just tough, it's armor. Honey badger skin is about 6 millimeters thick. That might not sound like much, but it's thicker than almost any other mammal its size. In fact, in some places, it's tough enough to resist arrows, machete swings, and even dog bites. But it's not just thick, it's loose. So if a predator grabs it, the honey badger can twist inside its own skin and bite the attacker right in the face. Yeah, this thing is like a furry ninja wrapped in chainmail. Now let's talk about their favorite thing in the world, food. You might think an animal like this would be a picky eater. Maybe it just eats honey, right? Wrong. The honey badger is an omnivore, which means it eats anything. I mean everything. Fruits, roots, insects, eggs, lizards, frogs, birds, rodents, you name it. If it moves, it's food. If it doesn't move, it's still probably food. But here's where it gets insane. They eat snakes, not little harmless snakes. We're talking venomous, deadly snakes, cobras, puff adders, boom slangs. And they don't just eat them for fun, they hunt them. The honey badger's approach is direct and fearless. It charges, it grabs, and it bites down hard. Sometimes it gets bitten in return. And yes, it can be paralyzed by venom. But instead of dying, the honey badger takes a nap. Seriously, it'll lie down for a couple of hours, sleep it off, and then get back up and finish eating the snake. Scientists believe honey badgers have evolved a high resistance to snake venom. It's not immunity, but it's enough to survive bites that would kill most other animals. That's not just tough, that's ridiculous. But the honey badger's name comes from something a bit sweeter, their obsession with honey and bee larvae. In the wild, they rip open entire beehives just to get to the sweet stuff inside. And yes, they get stung. Dozens, sometimes hundreds of times. But they don't care. Their thick skin protects them, and their single-minded hunger drives them forward. In some regions, honey badgers even team up with a bird called the honey guide. This bird leads the badger to a beehive. The badger rips it open, and the bird eats the leftovers. A real-life animal alliance. Nature's original tag team. So far, we've got an animal that eats venomous snakes, shrugs off bee stings, rips into anything it wants, and doesn't care about pain. And we're just getting started. Next up, we dive into the honey badger's hunting strategies, their enemies, and how even lions think twice before messing with them. Let's keep the chaos going in part 2. The honey badger's world only gets wilder from here. There are also funny comparisons, like imagining a honey badger in a boxing ring with a cobra. Spoiler alert, the cobra loses every time. We explore stories of honey badgers breaking into research labs, digging under fences, and even stealing from lion kills while the big cats just watch. We dive into their biological superpowers, like how their immune system can fight off massive venom doses, and how they have been seen chasing away hyenas twice their size. We also explore their viral fame in detail, how a 2011 meme turned them into an internet icon. And yeah, honey badger don't care still lives rent-free in our minds. As we approach the final stretch, we look at conservation efforts, survival challenges, and how this wild warrior continues to shock scientists and animal lovers alike. One thing's for sure, you might forget every other animal today, but you won't forget the honey badger.